For today's episode, which might actually be something else that isn't Cave Story, I am gonna go pick up an SD card from my local pharmacy on the trusty old Skidoo. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get going. Alright, so arriving at the CVS, they ran out of micro SD cards, so that means I'm gonna have to transfer everything from my laptop's micro SD card to just this regular 32 gig one, but I mean, whatever, they're the same gigabyte size, so shouldn't matter that much. But anyways, yeah. Now, let's just go home, get this episode over with. What do you say? Now that I'm coming back, and this is probably the stupidest fucking camera angle I can ever do, because fuck it, I should have bought a new tripod while I was there for like 10 bucks. I will now begin the data transfer and probably, I don't know, see you on a bit. Anyway, so now that I've came back from CVS and bought the new SD card, now I have whatever much amount of time of recording. Silence this. Anyways, while I do that, I'm gonna... Alright, I guess update number 1 would have to be that now, guess who happens to own a Switch now? Me. And what else do I own, you ask? The apparently retarded headset for Splatoon 2. I like it. I mean, I don't have any friends to use it with. They're cheap. Yeah, I mean, I got mine for like, what, 20 bucks? 30 bucks maybe? I forgot. Well, that's what I get for working at a pipe yard. Speaking of pipe yard, I got fired. Not because I'm doing videos here, even though I've only done like 2 when I was working still. Reason I got kicked out was because apparently we had a supervisor who would snitch on everybody. And I mean, if you weren't doing anything because it was break time, rat you out, you were checking the time on any watch or your phone, you get kicked out. Or not even, you get reported. I got kicked out because I wasn't doing work half as good. I mean, okay, once it gets to the very top, I need to let an experienced person go up there, because if I go up there, then it's going to be a risk, and I already injured myself, what, twice? So, enough about work. I'm done. I might go back soon, just because, I mean, money. Resume! Now, I know that, the box of the Switch, it was the regular black and white one, black and white, just the regular black version, but I mean, I got the neon Joy-Con, so, hey. If y'all want to add me, I'll probably... I mean, if y'all want to play or some bullshit, I got my friend code right here. I'll leave it in the description down below. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but whatever. So, what game am I going to talk about this time? I'm actually going to be doing multiple because, I mean, I know the Cave Story video is getting a little bit old, but it's because every time, here's the problem. Every time I always do more than one episode a day, there's always going to be a video that either goes missing or just doesn't get transported to my computer perfectly, so... yeah, I might either stop doing it as a whole because now I'm too far into the game to go back. Or unless I just stop using the Dreamcast version, because, I mean, come on, that was pretty much it. And just start doing the Switch version, which is apparently the Steam version as well. So, there's that. Let's pay homage to the fact that I was going to review this game right here, Greg Hastings Paintball, but sadly my power cable for my original Xbox is that. The reason I was going to review it was because, you know, apparently the Xbox One X coming up and it's going to be able to play original Xbox game, which I'm excited because, I mean, come on, Halo 1, Halo 2. But, no, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but some people told me that depending on who owns the servers, they'll come back. So meaning like Halo 2 multiplayer online maybe might come back, but why would you want to play it online in this day and age of generation where everybody calls you either retarded names or just, yeah, it's not cool, bro. Anyway, the game I'm going to talk about probably today is a game I hold special to me. It's a game that's been with me since childhood. Too bad I never played it on its original console because I own the GameCube. Then until I found out it was on the GameCube, I went apeshit. And that game would have to be my favorite RPG, Phantasy Star Online. And this is apparently version 2, and this is version 1. If I'm going to recommend one, even though I'm recommending it at the very beginning of this video, I'm already 5 minutes in. Shit. I recommend just get version 1 because, you know, load screens are faster, this one's more tedious and shit, and it only has bits of episode 2. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get to how I found out about Phantasy Star with a time machine that's not really real. It's just reenacting it right here in the living room and using this big old TV right here. So, let's go. I know I'm supposed to be acting, but come on, I can't really take it seriously because when I first saw this commercial it was 2001 and I was only 2-3 years old. I'm joking, I was 3. So it's gonna be kind of weird, but whatever, let's reenact it the best I can.
Is it 6 a.m. yet?
Well, sun's up. Let's get doing whatever I did back in 2000. Whatever it was I did in the morning. Let's go. Interesting.
The whole world. Communication.
Collaboration.
Fighting.
Not fighting.
Light.
Darkness.
Internet. A new world.
In the year 2000, Sega announced that it would, within the year, create a new world, in that virtual world, the Internet, and draw the front line of network gaming for the whole world. Welcome to the world of Phantasy Star Online. In this network virtual environment, you can take adventures with other people all over the world without ever leaving your home. Yes, you heard us correctly. We're talking about the world's first network multiplayer consumer RPG. The gaming population is the entire population of the world. We want you to enter the world of ultimate network gaming. We want to give you the experience of traveling to distant planets and communicating in real time. The colonists who reached this planet by spaceship witnessed a tremendous and mysterious explosion. Just what is it that happened here? To find out, you'll have to communicate and cooperate with people logging in from all over the world, solve numerous intricate puzzles, and win heroic battles with ferocious monsters. To succeed, you'll have to cross national and ethnic borders to communicate and collaborate, exchanging items and information. Relax now, worry not. Language barriers have broken down entirely. You can even build a common front in real time with players on the other side of the Earth 20,000 kilometers away. And the world of Phantasy Star Online lasts for eternity. You can visit this world whenever you want, as long as you want, and do whatever you want. 1,000 beats a day, 365 days a year. An unlimited adventure fantasy with property, item exchange, information exchange, and chat functions for communication. An unlimited adventure fantasy, 1,000 beats a day, 365 days a year. Online gaming open to the entire population of the world. Phantasy Star Online. The gaming revolution comes in the year 2000. The door to the future. The door to freedom.
My little 2-year-old mind was... But then I realized it said Dreamcast. Something I didn't have. But then I remember at the time, Circuit City was still open. Yeah, Circuit City. And I went to go look for one, but obviously my parents being the way they were, no, they didn't, because I already had the GameCube. Until, I think 2 years later, my cousin got it, and I got to play it all fucking day. I was gonna plan to steal it, which I still kinda do, because I mean, shit, he's not using it. If anything, he's a Xbox fanboy, you know, one of those people. Basically, anybody who talks mess about any other console if they're not up to standard. It took me a while to realize that it was on GameCube, but enough about the childhood memories. I'll get into more in-depth if I ever plan to, like, I don't know, do a live stream about it or some bullshit, which I plan on doing just because I actually want to try it out. Because I'm pretty sure the game isn't too long. I'm pretty sure I can destroy or just kill every other boss. But yeah, I still don't own the GameCube version, but it was up until last year, 2 years ago, that I actually got the Dreamcast and Phantasy Star for it. So yeah, it's a pretty good game. I mean, the most I could just show you would probably be how I play it, which is not that bad. But without further ado, let's get on to a bit of gameplay and, you know, me being up on the little corner and all that crap. So let's go ahead. Alright, now I know I said I recommend version 1, but here's the thing. Once you install version 2, you have the option to carry over your version 1 save to version 2. So that's the only reason I didn't go with it. PSO's unique game that, oh yeah, unique. In that your character can exist offline and online through your adventure in order to blah blah blah. And as you can see, I have, yeah, only 2 characters. I have me, level 51, which by the way, if you play Phantasy Star Online Blueburst, which is still online, I mean this version is 2, but you need to get the, like, a special setup just to get it to go back online. I have me, nobody. Could have sworn I had somebody else. There she is. Gone too. Yeah, I don't even know why I created her, but I don't know. I never played as her. Maybe one day I'll like make a story. But I mean, I have the Xbox version in here, so I could just live stream with her. But whatever. That's if I'm gonna go solo. But I mean, I have a few friends that like to play co-op. So without further ado, I'm gonna skip this part because, you know, it's not like difficulty and whatnot. So, and I'm sure y'all don't want to see that either. So let's go. Load screens like this are mesmerizing. All right. So now that we drop back in, see what I mean? It takes forever. As to any other version, it only takes 2 seconds. So, let's go. Interestingly enough, there's a keyboard that I don't own yet. So, the most I could just show you would be the forest run through because, you know, I die a lot in the cave, but I could have sworn I got past that. But whatever. So, most I could just do is be stupid, go to the forest, fuck around, and go to the final boss, or the stage boss. So, let's go do that right now. My defense is so high, I could literally stand here and the chances of me getting hit is very small. But, that's not what you're here for. Also, I guess while I'm here I could talk about the differences that are in between the games. Well, the differences between version 1 and 2 is the fact that... The difference is that in the original, when you would press Y, the only thing that comes up was the keyboard. That was it. Then in this one, if you hold down R and press Y, you can actually access your inventory without having to press pause and whatnot. But I think Never mind. No, that was multiplayer in on the Xbox version. Whenever you would press Y, and I think L, or it brings up the map. But no, on this one, obviously the map is on the top right corner. But you probably can't see that because I'm blocking it with my fat ass face. But don't worry, I'm like probably blur it out or something because I know you're tired of seeing me. But I'm not here for the loot. I'm here for the boot, I guess. Also, favorite weapon, double saver. Why? It does what, 5 hits in one perfect gun? Yeah, let's count it. We're on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 7 hits. Or you could just be me and unequip them all. This would be much fun if, you know, I actually had a keyboard. Just imagine having to be back then in the day. I mean, the only reason I remember chatting with people online is because a friend of mine had it, but he also had the keyboard. And I remember making a bunch of friends that... my fucking speaker is good. Anyways, speaking of speakers falling apart, yeah, this is horrible. Only just for the fact that this one likes to give up a lot of the times, and I have to manually either take it apart and fix what's wrong with it, or whatever. But enough about me rambling. Back on to killing stuff, I guess. Not gonna lie, as a little kid, this place would always give me the creeps, just because, you know, the atmospheric rain and whatnot. But still a good game. Breath of nostalgia. Speaking of breath of nostalgia, I might be reviewing a game. I'll leak it later as soon as I'm done with this episode. But not really an episode because, you know, this is more of a introduced play and whatnot. But I'll cut you the slacks and just get to an actual, like, wouldn't say a high budget video, but more of a higher caliber than just me recording myself, putting it on the upper right or left screen, and expect it to be an actual video. No, I actually want to try pulling off something angry video game nerd like, but, you know, I actually need to learn how to, because 1, I don't have a tripod, 2, I don't actually have a camera. I'm only doing this on, again, my phone, and yeah. Anybody else remember the Hildebears right here? That's what they're called? Hildebears, yeah. Oh yeah, also for any tip that any one of y'all kids that might want to play this game, the little rag rappies, or as I like to call them, land penguins, when you do kill them, they lay down, but they don't disappear. They come back to life, and when they do stand up, shoot them or hit them again, they will die and actually drop something. Occasionally, if you're playing on a harder difficulty, they will drop something good. Like, believe it or not, they dropped a trinity. No, one of these right here. Shit. Well, anyways, they dropped one of those level up items that allows you to upgrade your weapon, which is actually really important. So, anyways, onwards we go. Any tips I can give besides the rag wrappers and crap? If anything is, if you're going to be playing this by yourself, the most advice I can give you is learn to equip yourself properly, balance out your attack and defense, and either carry a weapon or learn a spell that can hit multiple targets. Because believe me, once you start getting around the final boss, it's gonna get hectic. Really fucking bad. Because, what's it called? I barely beat this game on hard difficulty. And I'm going up my way to very hard just because, shit, I'm still finding stuff about this game. Because, spoiler warning by the way, in case you haven't played this game, but in case you haven't, at the very end there is a lady, I'm joking, no. But, yeah, actually not take that. There's a lady sitting in the altar before the final boss spawns. She's sitting there, and rumor has it that if you play the game again on very hard, eventually you'll pick up a sword called the Red Sword. It's one of these two-handed claymores, I like to call it. And if you have it equipped, apparently some secret shit happened. And I have yet to actually experience that. I know there's videos out there showing it, but I want to see it for myself. So without further ado, let's get to the part that traumatized my childhood, just because I had to face him alone. Whoa! Yeah, that was the exact same reaction I had when I was, very, very young. So, let's kick this. Oh wait, wrong picture. Stab, yes. Always a satisfying thing like that. But that's not what I did. I just came here to show you a great game. Interesting thing to note is that once you do start getting into the higher difficulties, believe me, you're gonna start picking up either special weapons or just weapons that you've never even heard of, like Ripper, Birders, and a bunch of other cool stuff. Now, what I do on it, there we go, mono grinders. That's what they're called. Basically, yeah, that's the level of system. But here's the two things I still have yet to find out: the Book of Katana 2, which I still have yet to find. And the Delt Saber's right arm. I have no idea how to use them. So, maybe if you do, leave a comment. But, all I wanted to do is relive a childhood memory for a brief, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes or so. Probably less, because I gotta cut out a bunch of shit from the previous video clips I just took. So, yeah, the VMU, the only thing it shows, it just says Phantasy Star. And, yeah, I'm not sure if y'all could see that, if I can angle it correctly. There's a little text on it that's actually moving, which is actually kind of adorable. So, yeah, just wanted to show off a little bit about it. I'll get into depth later. It's just that, one, I need to learn how to shrink it down, because I could keep going on forever and ever, as obviously I'm doing right now. So, I'm going to shut up, leave the good stuff for the actual video, which probably would be 14 minutes. So, just want to let you guys know what the game was, and maybe get a kick out of it. So, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was the game of my childhood and probably loads of other people. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope y'all had, I don't know, a good time, or probably did something productive. Watch this video, just do something else. Whatever. At least I got a view out of you guys. But all I can say is enjoy, and I will see you guys maybe in another video that I'm going to be working on today or something. So, peace out.